St. Louis Stampede. Last summer, the Arizona Rattlers reigned supreme as Arena Football League champions. And this summer, they depend on the explosive style of number 14, Hunky Cooper. He goes along well with number 8, Calvin Schexnayder, wide receiver, giving the Rattlers a consistent outside threat. Tonight, they host the expansion St. Louis Stampede. Two-thirds of the Maryland connection leads St. Louis, quarterback John Kaleo. And fullback Chad Wiesling. St. Louis won their first 5. They lost their last 3. They hope to get well tonight in the Valley of the Sun. Welcome live to the Valley of the Sun, everyone, and inside the beautiful America West Arena, where the usual shutout crowd is on hand tonight as the Arena Football League presents the St. Louis Stampede and the champion Arizona Rattlers tonight on ESPN in a critical game. Critical because of the standings in the Central Division. With the Memphis win last night, the Stampede, after a 5-0 start, 1/2 game out of first place. Also critical for the defending champion Rattlers. San Jose SaberCats, a winner last night in the Western Division. They now lead Arizona by 1/2 game. And a pleasant good evening to you, everyone. I'm Tom Mees in company with Rick Walker. And Rick, St. Louis, who can figure this team out? 5-0 start for the first-year team, loses a 3 in a row. Maybe their quarterback, John Kaleo, can right the ship.
Well, maybe they started reading their own press clippings. So things just started going haywire for this club. Kaleo's an excellent quarterback. I mean, the numbers are great, but they have not been productive in the red area. They've had fumbles. They've had a couple of interceptions in untimely fashions. And the result, this is a club trying to find itself offensively.
You're on the road in a tough place like the Stampede are tonight. Darrell Hammond, maybe a guy that could break things loose for you.
Well, Hammond's here scoring one of his 3 touchdowns on the run, but what he has done for him, 56 receptions. This guy is a horse. He was sick last week, and it kind of hurt their production. Marcus Badgett, a young man he hooked up at the University of Maryland with, is a guy that must come on. Hammonds, as we've mentioned, and Barber. I think Barber's a guy that's got great skills.
For the Arizona Rattlers, there was some question in the papers who would start at quarterback tonight. There's really no question.
No, forget all about it. Aaron Garcia will be his starter, and why wouldn't he be? This is a young man that has had a brilliant year. When you look at his numbers, has been staggering. 36 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions now. Bonner, as you know, last year's MVP, can come in if need be. This is a club that has explosive power.
Who's the best player in the Arena Football League? Danny White, the coach of Arizona, says this guy is Hunky Cooper.
Hunky Cooper, boy, there's not too many people in this league that you want to see with the football in their hands more so than a humpster. He can flat burn it up. And the thing about Arizona that makes their offense so unusual is guys like Calvin Schexnayder. Schexnayder is a guy that can score anytime he gets the ball in his hand. Milton Vaughn, Pitbull, another resourceful wide receiver. They are loaded offensively, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of folks, especially in this part of the town, expect them to go back and repeat as champions.
And there is Cameron Barrett, just signed as the new kicker for the Arizona Rattlers. Actually was with the team for a cup of coffee a few games last year. Played his high school football in the Phoenix area, and he'll be kicking to the explosive deep man for the St. Louis Stampede, and that would be Riley Ware, number 12, standing in the end zone. And the kickoff is over the netting and into the crowd, and the official throws the flag on the kickoff.
Not a good sign, once again, for Arizona. They've had a brilliant kicker, and Luis Sendejas, who is out on injured reserve with a leg injury, and they hope that Mr. Bear can come in and really just keep the ball up on the nets and give him a shot.
Well, John Kaleo played his college football at Maryland. There you see his stats against Memphis last week. Because of the penalty in the kickoff, it'll be first down and 10 up at the 20-yard line. So that is a big penalty for the Rattlers off the bat. There's a look at the vital stats of the quarterback, John Kaleo, for the St. Louis Stampede. At the sideline, stays in bounds and gains about 8 yards. McMillan brings him down.
Very important for him to get Hammond involved in the game early, Tom.
Take a look at the defensive lineup for the champion Arizona Rattlers.
One guy you want to keep your eye on, number 77, Zach Ricks, a guy they want to hope can get him real good pressure up the gut and force Kaleo into some bad decisions.
St. Louis Stampede in their road white uniforms with black pants, yellow and red trim, and second down and 2. And the first down is gained and a lot more. It's Wood inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. Ricky Wood out of Norfolk State has a big game.
If you know anything about Earl Bruce, You know that his propensity to run the football. He loves to run it. Ricky Wood is in the top 10 in rushing, and he'll show you a reason why. That offensive line gets a real good mesh. There's the hole. Now watch this. Bond bounces off him like a ping pong ball. This is a lumbering guy at about 250 pounds a man.
Well, Ricky Wood, a 15-yard gain down to the 8-yard line. First and goal early for the visiting St. Louis Stampede. The give is to Wood this time. He is stopped in his tracks. Henry Milton was the first man to get him, and he contained until the big boys brought him down.
At 185 pounds, Milton, that takes a lot of courage. Stuck his head in there and stopped him. One thing about St. Louis, as we mentioned in our open, they have been their own worst enemy in the red area. Now, as you watch, it's beautiful on the overhead, and you watch the blocking schemes there. They get beat because Zach Ricks, 77, right in the middle of your screen, stops it. He does not give up any penetration. Excellent play at the nose tackle.
No gain on that last play. Second down and goal for the 8. Hammond's the man in motion this time. Over the middle to the running back, Wood, who delayed. He is near the goal line and cut down about the 2. Third down and goal from that point. Wood just lagged back there and had a little seam up the middle. Arizona Rattlers been giving up a lot of points, about 50 per game in their recent skid. St. Louis has also had defensive troubles. Now let's see if they can overcome their propensity to turn the ball over in the red zone. Wood is stopped short of the goal line. Milton again.
It should be a matchup. A mismatch on paper it is at 185 pounds going up against a 250-pounder. But once again, it's crystal clear right in front of you. Well, you just can't say enough about the courage of Henry Milton. You see, now you got to be upset with yourself when you've got an offensive line. Here, Papsadero up front, 99. They don't get the movement. Milton comes up. You got the entire secondary really forcing to run well.
All right, fourth and goal, and here goes St. Louis. Hammond will be in motion. He'll get the carry, tries to knife in, no, but a flag on the play. Flag on the play, he did not make it. Let's see what the penalty is.
Boy, Zach Ricks. Strong as an ox. This is the way to get your home crowd involved in it.
And the Stampede is happy. The initial indication against the Arizona Rattlers. And this will give St. Louis one more crack at it.
Boy, that really hurt you. White has been a little upset over the past week. They lost to Milwaukee. They were disappointed.
Linebackers were stacking. That drew the flag.
You have got to maintain a distance of at least a yard, yard and a half in this league. You can't twist. You can't stack. You know, there's certain things in the outside game we're familiar with. You can't do them in arena football. One of the reasons it makes this game so unique.
Fourth down and 1. Wood, another flag. Wood and Kaleo actually kept the football and scored after the fake to Wood, but let's see what this flag's about. Again against Arizona, the touchdown will stand. Kaleo runs it in for 6.
One of the things about John Kaleo, he has great feet. There you see the mesh, and they bring Henry Milton in, they suck him in, and Kaleo has the ability to get outside and score. Watch it again in the overhead. Love these shots. You watch pad placement. It's excellent. Boy, Papsadero, he drives him right in the end zone. I mean, that's an excellent job up front by the Boston Brawler.
And to attempt the extra point, Tom Wellahan out of the University of Missouri. Kaleo the holder. And the extra point deflects into the net. It is good, and the Stampede come into America West Arena and take an early 7-0 lead with 11:01 to go here in the first quarter. Back in a moment. Tonight's Arena Football League game is brought to you by Rydell, the official helmet and protective equipment supplier of the Arena Football League. And by Rheem Air Conditioning. You can relax with Rheem. Welcome back to the America West Arena, where John Kaleo's quarterback run around the right end has given the St. Louis Stampede an early 7-0 lead. but if you're new to arena football, those are far from the last points you'll see tonight. 6 plays, 31 yards, just under 4 minutes as Wellaham tees it up.
It was a little scary, though. It really was. That's not the way you draw it up offensively. Now, they've got to switch their gears, get a special team frame of mind. You got to stop this guy hitting 14.
Honky Cooper, he accounts for 57% of the total offense of this Arizona Rattler team. And as a kicker, you want to try and kick this ball into the net. Force Cooper to turn around, use up some time, and give your coverage team a chance. That's what he does. Cooper's at the 10, 15, and look out, he steps out of bounds about the 18-yard line. Padgett was there to bump him out.
Well, Greg McClellan gave him a great effort, number 11, defensive specialist out of Virginia, and that's what you need. You need guys on special teams that'll give you a boost. Bruce Hardy doing a great job with this club on special teams. Aaron Garcia, guy who was a little beat up, a little battered last week, 4 touchdowns, but really, I mean, physically, has got to be the most popular guy in the training room.
Well, Aaron Garcia set some records this year for the Arizona Rattlers, but you're right, he's got an elbow injury and a couple other little nicks that he's nursing, but the coaching staff says he's about 90%. And he'll pump, and he'll go for Schexnayder down the sideline. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Padgett of St. Louis.
Now, this is a great turnaround for the Stampede. If there was an Achilles heel in this club, it was their secondary. For Marcus Padgett to come out in the opening play and steal one back, boy, that's everything that Coach Bruce could ever have wanted.
So it's still 7-0 Stampede as Danny White sees his quarterback throw an interception on the first offensive play for the Arizona Rattlers tonight. St. Louis will have its second chance with the ball when we come back. There's Arizona quarterback Shedrick Bonner. Of course, he was the quarterback when the Rattlers won the Arena Bowl last year. He was with the Miami Dolphins organization, just joined the Rattlers, and that meant Aaron Garcia has had the starting job and keeps it.
Well, you know, that's the 7th interception to 36 touchdowns, so don't panic early on. But that ball was a little weak.
Underthrown by Garcia. Bonner, of course, is not a bad backup to have if you need one later on. Meanwhile, here's Kaleo. Engineered that first scoring drive, and a quick one out to the left to Terrence Barber out of Florida.
That's a young man I'm really high on. I think they've got to get him more involved in the offense. 47 receptions, 7 touchdowns to start the game. And that play, Marcus Padgett was running right up the gut free. Let's see if they come back to him.
Gain that time out to the 12-yard line.
4-9-0 on 2, ready?
The voice of John Kaleo calling the signals in the Stampede huddle.
490. 3-receiver pass. Look to the onside hash marks, 2-receiver side, corner out.
Padgett, the man in motion. The pass intended for him, badly thrown, and he was well covered by Clark downfield.
That's what they wanted. They had the corner out. It was there, but he needed a little more strength on the ball. Padgett got to be a little winded. This is the thing about this game, Tom. Here's a guy just got an interception, comes back, runs a go, then they come back to him on a deep corner.
The old days of Iron Man football.
Yes, indeed.
I remember 1960, Chuck Bednarik, the last guy in the NFL to go both ways.
Would not want to be hit by Bednarik.
Hard Rock Charlie. Maybe he's watching tonight. Maybe he can relate to what some of these guys are going through.
With that hit on Gifford. Wow.
Ding dong. Hammond in the slot. Got the first down. Got some more. Inside the 20. Hammond, legs turning down to the 12-yard line before Schexnayder brings him down.
Unbelievable effort by a guy that talked to us last night and said, look, I was sick last week at 103 temperature, really didn't have my game, but tonight you're going to see me, and that takes a great effort.
Darrell Hammond, part of the Maryland connection. I'm sorry, he's not part of the Maryland connection.
Out of UVA, they hate each other.
Virginia. There are 3 Maryland Terrapins on the St. Louis Stampede team. Hammond is not one of them. Barber in motion, and the give to the fullback up the gut inside the 5-yard line. And the ball carrier was Chuck Heitman out of Glenville State.
Boy, Chuck, nice read. Excellent read at the point of attack. The play wasn't there. He kind of read the mesh well and found the opening.
Ball inside the 5 to the 3. Earl Bruce, of course, the longtime coach at Ohio State. Also had a very successful couple of years at Colorado State. Coached in the Arena Football League last year in Cleveland. Here he is in St. Louis. Barber in motion. They go the other way. Kaleo again, and Kaleo is in the end zone, I believe. Yes, the second Duncan. Touchdown for Kaleo.
And the slam dunk. Well, this is a club that has really been down. They've had a series of losses. Morale kind of slipped. They had a super week of practice, and this is the inline result. Confidence. And you watch this again, ground level. Oh, Billy Harris at that center spot. Great hook at the tackle spot. Boy, Papsadero, the Boston Brawler, number 99 in your screen. Stud. And there's the dunk.
Did you see the hit by Eller on Kaleo?
Awesome.
In the end zone. Quarterbacks don't like that.
Well, you got to take a shot at the QB. Tom, you never pass up a clean hit at a quarterback.
Ah, yes. Spoken like a man who's done that sometime.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, look, let's go all the way back to Pop Warner.
14-0. The Stampede running roughshod so far in Arizona. Crowded shock here so far in America West Arena in Phoenix. The champion Rattlers trailing 14-0. Reminder, Sunday Night Baseball comes back at you. We'll have the Boston Red Sox and the Texas Rangers coming your way from Fenway Park in Boston. 7:56 Eastern, 4:56 Pacific time. The Rangers and the Red Sox. Mo Vaughn will probably be back in the lineup for Boston by then. And Juan Gonzalez will be there for the Texas Rangers. Jose Canseco as well against his old mates. That's Sunday night.
Power hitters. I love it.
You didn't love them when they faced you on the mound.
No, but that was a different time.
Willihan's kick off the net. Cooper. Pressured at the goal line. Gets away initially, but down he goes. Hythen wraps him up at the 3-yard line.
Well, Hythen, what a stud. Not only a great running back, but on special teams, and you've got to get after Cooper. You cannot afford to let Hunky Cooper break your back.
Rick, Arizona's a team that scores about 50 points a game. Trouble is they give up about 50 points a game.
Not the same defense as a year ago, and the pass rush has a lot to do with that. They're still bringing new players in, but don't feel sorry for the Rattlers. They'll be back in this ball game, I guarantee it.
Actually, they give forward progress up to the 4. 1st and 10, Arizona. Tillman goes in motion. Garcia goes the other way. And the pass is caught by Tracy Mao. Rather, Hunky Cooper, 14 instead of 44. Other games in the Arena Football League tonight. Final look at that. The Barnstormers over Milwaukee. Milwaukee beat Arizona last week, friends, but they weren't on it tonight.
Boy, the Barnstormers taking no prisoners.
And Albany beat the Miami Hooters 82-56. The Firebirds on fire.
Boy, fans, you get your money's worth. You like excitement.
138 points in a game.
Rolling. Your math teacher would be proud of you, Tom. You did that without a calculator.
2 plus 2 makes Garcia. Got loads of time. He is going long. Touchdown. Herbie Duncan.
When we talked this morning in our production meeting, I said, Tom, there's a guy you must keep your eye on. He wears number 81, and he's come from a great family. That's Speedy Duncan's son, Herb Duncan, a speedster, a monster, if you will, who makes the big play. The Orlando Predators know him all too well, and there you see Garcia. Danny White has some guts. They come right back for the big one, and that's the result.
39 yards on the touchdown pass from Garcia to Duncan. And that ball could not have been thrown any better.
Well, you want a test of a champion is resilience. Can you bounce back? Well, Arizona can bounce back, and so can Aaron Garcia.
Cameron Bear on to attempt the extra point. The snap is far from perfect, and the kick is far from perfect as well. Jedrick Bonner got a bad snap to handle, and Bear's kick is wide. So the Rattlers are on the board, but they still trail by 8. 5:05 to go in the first. It is 14-6, St. Louis.
Hi, I'm Tina.
Well, there is one of the best quarterbacks to play for the Dallas Cowboys. He'll turn around. Danny White, of course, a favorite here in the Valley of the Sun from his college days, Arizona State.
Oh, yes, boy, great baseball player, an All-American and super quarterback. You watch this, Garcia gets back. The key to any great long-distance play is an offensive line and pass pro. That was perfect. That's perfect. And the result, 6 points on the board.
So the Arizona Rattlers, let's see if their defense, which has been much maligned of late, some would say with good reason, can be inspired after that long pass play.
Well, the thing about arena football is so unique. It doesn't matter if you're trying to stop people. At some point, you're going to have this back and forth kind of play, and the nets come in, but it's a challenge to let you know, hey, we're still the defending world champions, and we can come after you.
You could be a defender. Your squad could give up 45 points in a game, and you played well.
You could be player of the game.
Yeah.
You might be Iron Man.
Kickoff by Bear. Will it reach the net? It does not. And that will draw the flag for the official. And that takes it, what, out to the 20-yard line?
Let's see what they're calling it.
Or is it a kickoff?
Kickoff. Out of bounds. Ball will be spotted on the 20-yard line.
Spotted on the 20-yard line. And Danny White, he's seen this before.
Yeah, well, that's what you don't want. I mean, he knows right now that you put your defense at a disadvantage. Got to have a kicker that can at least get it up in the net. Zendejas, who's a brilliant kicker, had a problem. The leg, the knee injury bothered him. Couldn't get it to the net, and that really hurt him against Milwaukee.
You talk about a short field. You're looking at 30 yards in now.
Well, I mean, you know, imagine that outdoors. That kills you.
So the St. Louis Stampede, great field position already, leading 14-6. Kaleo with a quick one to Barber in the slot, not much of a gain. And a flag on the play.
Ozzie Jackson made that happen at the outside receiver spot to make sure that they didn't get called for a pick.
Penalty against Arizona.
Well, that's 3.
Two of them down in a goal line situation on the first drive of the game, and Kaleo getting his option.
Illegal formation. Defensive end number 76 is lined up too wide. 3-yard penalty.
You have to keep a relationship, Tom. You can't be any further than the outside shoulder pad of the tackle. So you have to be in alignment. You can't get that old wide Deacon Jones stance. You know what I mean? You can't get out in space in this league. You have to stay straight up. And there's a young man that I got a great amount of respect for. Farmer Dolphin, who is a tough guy. Bruce Hardy is he's a monster. He really is. He's out here running the special teams, running the defense, and wants to win, knows what it's like.
3-yard penalty. 1st and 7. Kaleo to Hill. He should have the first down, even though he's knocked back to the 22-yard line. I believe forward progress will give him the first. Doggett made the tackle.
As long as the offensive line can continue to give him that kind of protection, receivers are coming back to the ball real well now. They have tempo. They didn't have tempo a week ago.
1st and 10 St. Louis on the Arizona 18-yard line. You'll notice, if you're new to arena football, you're saying the coaches are out on the field. That's right. I know it. You get a real bird's eye seat. Kaleo now 5 out of 6 for 56 yards and counting. Overthrew Wiesling that time. Wiesling was open. Kaleo was rushed.
Well, they tried to clear him out. There was a clearing route. They were trying to run a little leak route with the back. Pretty good coverage on the part of the Rattlers.
Earl Bruce. Listen.
Blizzard trips 77, 846. You got Ozzie. You got Ozzie.
Earl Bruce, we heard just the tail end of his instructions to Kaleo.
486 on 2, ready?
Going back to that 7-step drop. 5-step in the 70 series. They've had a lot of success with this. Keep our eye on Hill.
Fumble on the snap. Kaleo still doesn't have it. The Rattlers have recovered it. Kaleo couldn't get the handle. And Tom Gibson recovers for Arizona.
Big Jim makes it happen. Boy, you know, the great team, they just wait. They keep pressuring you. That's an advantage change in the center. We saw it last week against the Pharaohs, and it hurt them in the red area. Let's see who we can blame for this. Sometimes the quarterbacks pull out too quick. I think the ball was there. Kaleo's looking downfield, doesn't get a handle, and at this point, almost got his knee bent in. That's why he couldn't accelerate and go after the football.
I don't think that's what Earl Bruce had in mind when he sent that play in.
No, that wasn't 467.
1st and 10 up at the 23 for Arizona. Cooper's in motion, streaking down the field, but wide open is Tillman. Goes around in circles, finally brought down at the 20. Hill made the tackle.
Cedric Tillman, Pitbull.
Wax left, special quick screen right to wide.
Did I hear quick screen?
Wax left, X loop, special quick screen right to wide on 1-on-1. Ready?
Yeah, they're going to. One thing about Danny White, he's going to run some screens, some draws, a few of those pages out of the old Dallas Cowboy playbook.
Hunky Cooper again in motion on 2nd and 3. Garcia pressured. That bollocksed up the whole play right there. The intended receiver was Herb Duncan, but Garcia had no shot.
Well, Steve Hodge, young man out of Colorado State, 6-footer, 6'1", 270 pounds, and he is explosive. He's a guy I think is going to work his way into all league status in this league. I really believe that this guy has a great motor.
Of course, being at Colorado State, he knows of Earl Bruce's these exploits. Garcia on the night, 3 out of 5 for 53 yards and a touchdown, 39 of those yards in one fell swoop.
Surprise Arizona. The other team that will run the football on you. So far, they've yet to stick it on the ground.
Garcia quickly has his man Hunky Cooper. First down inside the 15. There first for St. Louis, Riley Ware.
Boy, big Moke Simone, number 65 on the offensive line, 6'3", 325 pounds for Arizona. One of the guys that provided the power up front. Watch this, young man. Now watch the pass blocking techniques on this. There's a butt and cut. And what they want to do is try to engage in the lineman and then cut them down so that Garcia can have a clear line, clear vision to Hunky Cooper.
There's Simone out of Texas A&I. Surprised the field isn't tilting.
No question.
Cooper again in motion. Garcia. And it is caught over there by big number 73, Tom Gibson.
Well, they're going to show you a lot. This is the thing about the Rattlers offense. They'll throw to the tight end. They got the quick screens, as I mentioned. Danny White is going to give a defensive coordinator a lot to think about.
Gibson, who recovered that fumble a few plays ago, made that reception for short yardage.
52Y arrow on 101. Ready?
52Y arrow. Keep your eyes on number 81, folks. Duncan, somewhere along the line, he's going to try to get in that corner.
Maybe
there we have the loop.
Last play of the first quarter as the clock runs down. There goes the horn, and there goes Duncan, and there goes a touchdown. Brown getting back into it.
I always say if you've got a stinger, let him do his thing. Now, this is a great individual effort. He tries to take the quite quick burst inside, spins off. I mean, you don't coach that. That's reaction by a great athlete. And then the quarterback's got to be in sync with it. Garcia, see, he's found his mark now. Watch the feet. Boy, that's just great presence of mind. This kid, Duncan, he can play. He can play.
Cameron Bear again into attempt the extra point. Remember, the snap was bad the last PAT for Arizona. This one is perfect. And the kick is perfect as well. At the end of the first quarter, this game is living up to its billing. St. Louis still on top of the margin. It's only 1 point as the Rattlers have struck. As the first quarter comes to a close, 14-13. Back with the second in a moment. It's Arena Football League action live on ESPN tonight from the American West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. 14-13, the Rattlers' last score, Rick Walker.
Oh, you watch Tracy Mile, the fullback. Boy, you get that real blocking point of attack on Ricky Wood. It sets up the throwing lane for Aaron Garcia, and he shoots the ball out to the young man I'm really impressed with, Herb Duncan. Duncan takes it in for the score.
And Cameron Bear about ready to kick it off. Now, remember last time his kickoff did not reach the net. And it wound up as a penalty. See if the young man, maybe he's got a case of the jitters tonight.
That's kind of tough. Although he was involved in 4 games last year for the Rattlers, this is his first week.
Almost hit the bottom of the scoreboard. Does hit the net. And Ware's in trouble. Dwayne Ware. Goodbye. Ware tackled in the end zone. Rather, Riley Ware. Riley Ware tackled. So the ball will be brought out to the 5-yard line. The standings now, these are up to the minute. Iowa with a win tonight. So both Iowa and Memphis have a half-game lead on St. Louis in the Central Division. And Arizona trailing San Jose. San Jose won last night. Arizona, obviously, if they win tonight, they'd be tied. Albany now leads by a half game over Charlotte. In the Eastern Division, Tampa Bay, winner over Orlando last night, leads the Southern Division by a game. And here comes St. Louis, and it's Hammond over the 20-yard line for the first down. McClellan run him down.
Well, McClellan possibly saved a touchdown with that tackle. Kaleo, the thing now, the quarterback, he's got to get back in, forget about the fumble, and pushing that ball upfield. Hammond's, boy, he's an outstanding young man. 206 pounds, and now up to 57, 58 receptions on the year. Real nice slant route. Kaleo ball right on the numbers. Big fella takes it upfield.
John Kaleo throws a nice ball.
Really does. Really does.
Barber will be the man in motion here. Kaleo looking right all the way. Now over the middle. Has the man open. Touchdown, Badgett.
Man, I just love this. This is unbelievable. Because just when you start to feel good about yourself as a team, you get scored on. You got to come right back. You can't harbor any ill feelings and crank it back up. Earl Bruce now thinking, that's the way we started off the first part of this season. Boy, Kaleo, you just praise his arm strength. I want to praise this offensive line. See guys just fighting their guts out. The Boston Brawler with a great block at the bottom. Look at the extension. You think these two guys have worked a long time? At University of Maryland, and now you better believe it.
A bad snap, but Wellahan has plenty of time to line it up and put it through. Nice job by Kaleo. Taking a bad snap and getting it up in time. But just like that, the Stampede is busted out of the crowd with a touchdown pass. And they resume their 8-point lead. St. Louis 21, Arizona 13. Much more to come. Entertainment here for the fans. Always an experience coming to arena football action here at the America West Arena in Phoenix.
And you love it because the place is packed. Coangelo do a fantastic job, man, of making it happen on all of the sports properties, and this is one that doesn't take a backseat to anything.
Rick, this is my first eyeball-to-eyeball experience with arena football, and I was remarking to you at the break, you can't have an ego and be a two-way player in this league.
Impossible. You watch the Orlando Predators, you see Barry Wagner go out and score, and people come right back at him, and these guys, Stevie Thomas, so many great players in this league.
Wellahan's kick, and it's out of the end zone. And so the ball will come out to the 5-yard line.
You got to try to hit those nets. So many good things can happen for you if you can just hit the nets or the railing, that little railing along the bottom of the nets. So often we've witnessed the kickoff, the covering team go down and recover a kick as a result of that.
There you see Aaron Garcia's numbers so far. 73 total yards. And 2 touchdown passes. Arizona down by 8 early in the second.
Tom, they need to get Shanksnader involved in this game, number 8. He's a guy that I think they're gonna have to work him in.
Flying on the play as Hunky Cooper makes the catch across the middle. He was lined up in the end zone and got a full head start. So let's see what the penalty is. Against St. Louis. So Cooper's catch should stand here for the first down.
Illegal formation on the defense, number 44. Penetrated the second neutral zone. Penalties declined. The play is accepted. First down.
Keep that relationship out there. We watch Hunky Cooper. There he is. When you get in a yo-yo or loop motion, and he runs a pretty good route here, he stays. You like to see receivers work their way back to the football, but the Hunkster got those great hands. Boy, can he run after the catch.
Penalty.
And we see 44 here hiding. He's up too close. You got to be a yard and a half distance. And one thing about it, you can't get away with it in arena football.
Aaron Garcia, plenty of time, has Shanksnader, and through the hands of Shanksnader down at the 10-yard line, and giving him some trash there for St. Louis was Mike Collins.
Boy, Riley Ware, number 12, one of the great cover guys in arena football. Looks a little banged up on that play. They can ill afford to lose this man's services. Great return man and a super cover guy.
Here's the call.
Illegal chuck, number 8 on the defense, automatic first down.
Boy, that hurts you. That really hurts you. Here's Marcus, who just caught a touchdown pass. Now he's at the cornerback spot. And you can't beat a receiver up downfield. He had Shanksnader all up against the dasher board. See if we can get a look at it. Shanksnader now 5, 6, 7 yards downfield. That's a great chuck. You know, when you're playing a little cover 2 deep with cover 2 in a zone, and it doesn't work.
Automatic first down. Arizona ball at their own 20. A running play and good for about 5 yards on the carry is Bob McMillan. 6'3", 255-pound fullback.
It's another one, another Haas. They are loaded at the fullback spot. One thing about the Stampede so far, I mean, I cannot believe it's the same team we watched a week ago, play Memphis. Now, I know Memphis is a good football team, but that shows you how important the mental side of the game is. These guys are ready.
You think they don't hit an arena football? Look out, Hunky Cooper.
Here's the Hunkster. Where's Collins at? Right there. That's the way you do it. Keep those knees bent, delivering that blow. It's good stuff.
Stampede. Looking good on offense. Arizona trying to catch up in this series. Flag on the play as the ball is thrown to Henry Milton. Well, let's see it. Yep.
Rattler's holding on that.
That'll negate the pass to Milton, and I believe Milton was called out of bounds anyway. And now that one of the unique things about arena football, all this is going on. Danny White is out on the field, and he's going to be talking with Aaron Garcia. How far they let the coaches come out on the field?
I've seen coaches close to being in the huddle, but they say the numbers. The rule is the numbers,
yeah.
But you know, once you start getting that adrenaline pumped up.
Holding, number 77, excuse me, holding, number 77 on the offense. Penalties declined, third down.
Zach Ricks, the guilty party.
Trying to protect the quarterback. You know, I don't believe offensive guys really hold, but let's see. They're coming by, clearly beat on that. Little tag scheme up front with the offensive lineman. And, you know, if you don't do that, you got a quarterback that's already been in sick bay, then possibly you lose him. So early on, you know, you got to go with the offensive lineman. I'll always do that anyway.
Penalties decline. That'll bring up third down. Just about the midfield mark.
Well, they tried to go to Shanksnader on that last play, but Riley Ware broke it up.
Here's the rush by Height, and Garcia gets away. Will he get the first down? He hits the ground and the ball pops loose. They're going to say he was down by contact, and he may have the first down.
I think he has it.
Yeah. The official, the linesman coming in and pointing with his hand to the ground, indicating no fumble on that play.
Some people wonder why the Rattlers are defending champions. Now, that's a clean runner. There's no way in the world that you don't expect to get a sack. Free runner. Quarterback makes a great play. Garcia, boy, not only is he resourceful with a great arm, but he's got super feet.
Rattlers have had 2 third down situations tonight. They converted both. Right on the 20-yard line of St. Louis. 10 minutes to go in the half. Flags all over the place. Whistles blowing. The play dead.
Too much time on that.
25 seconds is all you have.
He tried to hustle him. He tried to get him to the line of scrimmage.
Delay game on the offense.
Danny White will have a talk now with Aaron Garcia after the penalty. All the ones that aren't run are great, aren't they?
That would have been a great.
3-yard penalty versus 13 and the 23.
Okay, let's go. I want to go right wide, Y loop, 50Y option. Right wide, Y loop, 50Y option on one-on-one. Ready? Yeah, hurry up.
First and 13.
Put Shanksnader in the loop. And it will give him the option. Good read route. He takes the in or out break.
Garcia to Shanksnader. And he makes the catch, but he's out of bounds about the 1-foot line.
He read it well.
He did. Alvin Shanksnader, first and goal, Arizona.
Just start to add it up, Tom. Here's the loop motion, folks. This gives the receiver a running start. Very difficult to get up close and cover anybody. There's the move. There he sticks Riley Ware, one of the best in arena football. The ball is on the mark. Hard to stop that.
So first and goal for Arizona at the 1-yard line. Hunky Cooper, he is going to be buried for a loss as St. Louis smelled that one. That was Corey Brandon. I'm sorry, whoops.
Mike Collins also, I think, is somewhere on it, number 32. Boy, it's his first week off of injured reserve, and he's playing like he's been there all year long. Now, that's frustrating for Danny White because that was a check with me, Tom. He had the option to go right or left, and he went left.
Wax left. Wax left. X loop. Fake toss, counter 23 trap on one-on-one. Ready? Get it in, baby.
Now they're going to try to work on the backers. motion, a little fake motion and misdirection to see if he can stick it in.
Second and goal from the 4. Give to the fullback. This will go nowhere. 4 rushes now for Arizona tonight, Rick. A total of, let me see, 8 yards on 4 rushes. McMillan stopped that time.
Boy, Garber just rooted himself. How can a guy 6'3", 295 pounds, kind of like hide out? John Garber played that exceptionally well.
Let's listen to the play from Garcia now.
Let's go. Let's rock a 19X zoom on one-on-one. Ready?
How important is for Arizona to score here, Rick?
Well, I mean, it means everything at home. It's not the game. I mean, they've got plenty of time.
Garcia lofting it for Schechtsteder, intercepted by Hammond. So the Stampede cut one off at the pass. And Schechtsteder was open, but Hammond cut in front.
An interception hurts you. An interception in the red area almost kills you. I mean, it really does. You don't want to have a bad play, and especially when you've got a guy on the sidelines who has led this team. That's 2 picks now for a guy that had a great ratio, 36 touchdowns, 6 INTs. Now he's got 2. Please telegraph it. Can't take that long, not in this league.
St. Louis Stampede hanging in there. They have an 8-point lead in the ball, but we come back. A couple of quarterbacks talking it over. Coach and GM Danny White and Aaron Garcia, and Cedric Bonner's warming up under the stands.
Well, that's the one good thing about having a coach who played quarterback. He knows it can happen. What happens in this case is that the numbers aren't there. There are 3 white shirts, 1 black shirt. That ball's supposed to go up in the stands and give one of the lucky fans here at America West a free football.
And it was a wide receiver wide open to Garcia's left, both hands in the air wanting the ball. Garcia never saw him. Garcia 2 touchdown passes tonight, Rick, but also 2 INTs.
Yeah, that's not championship football.
And a whistle stopping everything. There was a cameraman got in the way of the pattern of the yo-yo man for St. Louis back in the end zone. And I'm not sure if people really understood what the situation was. Earl Bruce out there yelling at our cameraman.
You see Earl's a little further out than the numbers.
Disconcerting signal on the defense, number 44. 3-yard penalty.
And a 3-yard penalty moves it out to the 8-yard line.
Arizona's got to settle down.
A little bit of talking going on down there. Barber in motion. Kaleo to the right has his man. That is Hill up near the 20-yard line. Eddie Hill out of West Virginia.
Boy, that Big John Adlita, number 80 for the Stampede, just super up front. Good pass protection.
Fly zoom left, 77 roll, come back, 6, 8, on 2, ready?
Long play. There he is, big number 80. Love those big guys with good feet, good pass protectors.
North Carolina State, Adletta. Kaleo looking left all the way, and an underthrown ball. Underthrown for the receiver. And also so badly underthrown it couldn't be intercepted.
Well, you judge defensive linemen a couple of different ways. One, you don't always have to get a great pass rush or get to the quarterback, but you, in my opinion, should always get your hands up. You get a deflection, sometimes it can change the course of a football game. Gibson, big play.
Terrence Barber was the intended receiver on that last play. 2nd down and 10. Hill in the loop. Kaleo screen to Wood, who gathered it in. That ball was way out in front of him. He still caught it under midfield.
I think they practiced that play a couple of times. I don't know how that worked. Man, you know, things start working for you offensively. You get in a groove, and when you break that huddle, you feel like you can do no wrong. And here's Kaleo. See, I love the eyes. The eyes are all looking left. That kind of helps you get that DS out of the way. I mean, he just tosses that out and hopes he's catching it with his knees. Hey, it all counts.
Whatever works, huh? Ball up at the 24-yard line. 3rd down, about 5. St. Louis up by 8 on the road. Badgett through the slot and intercepted. Pass intended for Badgett. And Badgett will end up making the tackle on the Rattlers' Brad Clark.
Where Brad Clark, sledgehammer. 29 going to step up. What Badgett does is confuses Kaleo. Badgett ran a stop and go. Kaleo threw the stop. Badgett worked himself open. Clark makes the interception and a great run after the catch.
And Shedrick Bonner will be coming in at quarterback for the Arizona Rattlers. He was warming up underneath the stands after that second INT by Garcia. So the Rattlers down by 8, but with the football under 5 minutes to go in the first half. 21-13, St. Louis still on top. Welcome back to the Arena Football on ESPN. The Arena Football League live action. St. Louis Stampede up by 8, but St. Louis intercepted on this play, Rick.
Well, you watch Brad Clark, 29, and you screen. Marcus Badgett there with the herky-jerky feet. Well, he's trying to set him up for a stop and go. Well, there was no go. There was just a stop. Clark reads it and turns it into really a game saver for Arizona. With 4:47 remaining in the first half, this could be the momentum they need.
And Shedrick Bonner takes his first snap at quarterback tonight. And who ran the team when they won the Arena Bowl last year in Orlando. Bonner going for the end zone. Duncan, touchdown!
Boy, Cedric Bonner last week, folks, he was 10 of 6. 6 of 10, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He comes in, he's smooth as a cucumber. Watch the offensive line up front. He gets good pass pro. See, those guys know you need some help. And he just strokes it right downfield to the speedster, Herb Duncan, who pulls in his second score of this evening.
And Cameron Bear attempting the point after. Look at Duncan, 3 TD receptions tonight.
Give him 3, man. I can't keep up.
Bears PAT is perfect, and back within 1 again, the Arizona Rattlers. They strike quickly. Shedrick Bonner's first play.
Unbelievable. These guys, this is fun, folks.
As someone once said in the movies, he's back. We'll be back to Arizona in a moment. Live Arena Football action on ESPN. A 1-point game as we get late here in the first half from Phoenix, Arizona. Look for a great baseball game on ESPN Sunday night. Fenway Park, Boston. Mo Vaughn, Juan Gonzalez, Jose Canseco. The Red Sox and the Rangers, 7:56 Eastern, 4:56 Pacific time. Sunday night baseball. What about that no-hitter a couple of nights ago? Ramon Martinez of the LA Dodgers.
Dodger Blue. There's a man there, Cedric Bonner, who wants to throw a no-hitter. Boy, 1 attempt, 1 score.
You know, a home run. That's
the thing about this, though, in football, when a team makes a mistake, if you can come back and capitalize with a quick score, it usually gives you the benefit of 2 scores. Let's see what happens.
The Bears kickoff's going to be short again. Picked up, and Ware's going to run it out to the 2. Circles back. Hemmed in, flag on the play, and Ware doesn't make the 5-yard line. And a hold is called as well against St. Louis.
Boy, Brannon would have nothing to do with that. He's pumped up. This is what Arizona needed. There's Gene Nudo out wrestling with him, trying to get it down. And when your coach has to get out, I don't think he wants to mess with Gene Nudo. Gene Nudo might just body slam him.
Number 15 on the kickoff return. Half the distance.
Gene Nudo, the offensive line coach, and a great guy who really going to know, learn, and work with past couple of years. Here he is right there. Now, I don't know if he really wanted to take him on, but he showed confidence in it.
Well, the penalty moves the ball back to the 2-yard line.
Let's see if we can see the infraction. Right at the top of your screen, you see the hold, then the yank. That's WWF. You know, Ware has good intentions, but won't cut it.
Moves it back half the distance to the 2-yard line. Crowd into it now. Rattlers within 1. St. Louis backs up. You can get out awful quickly, though, in this game. Hammond has his jersey held from behind after the catch at 4 yards short of the first down.
Tom, I don't know what's worse. Rather going up against those side boards in the rink or the dasher boards here in Arena Football. It's all ugly, but I just wouldn't want to be the guy, a recipient of an elbow, and it threw me into these.
No, I can tell you that either way is not very pleasant. No, not at all.
Look at left trade, missile, 30, cut.
There you see the numbers for Kaleo. Pretty good completion percentage. Second down at about 4. Has the first down to Badgett and a lot more over the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Just a lot of confidence. They had an outstanding week of practice in St. Louis, and you could just tell that these guys had a bounce. They had a strut back. The confidence was there, and Marcus Badgett is one guy that was embarrassed last week. These guys came out, and they so far have really put on a pretty good offensive display. I like the route. I like the route. You always like to see them come back a little bit, but these guys have worked together so long, they have a great feel.
First and 10 at the 21, they mark it. Kaleo looking long, goes to the sideline, inbounds and into the boards. And a penalty after the play. Darrell Hammond, the receiver. Penalty against St. Louis.
No, Earl doesn't like it at all. Momentum killer. Let's listen at an alignment. Sometimes you got to have 4 guys on the line of scrimmage.
Unsportsmanlike conduct foul, taunting, number 7 on the offense.
No, that
First
was
down.
after he got hit into the boards. I bet you Darrell Hammond let a few people have it down there, and the referee heard it.
Yeah. See, and that just kills you. You can't win with that. I thought it was Terrence Barber, maybe not lined up. Then you toss the ball and you hit a guy. You don't need it. He's such an excellent. He's a great football player. Just play the game. And you know, Tom, in any sport, he gets the last laugh. It's the best laugh.
Yeah.
Win the game.
Well, I will say this. He didn't spike it in anybody's face. He just sort of let it go.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed good officiating, and that was a great call by the guys in stripes.
Moves it back into St. Louis territory again at the 23-yard line. Kaleo Hammond. He's motivated, isn't he, after that penalty? And Hammond is in for the touchdown. Wow. 27-yard play.
Well, you know, coaches love that. Kid makes a mistake, he comes back, coach, I'll make up for it. My bad, my bad. Well, that is my good. And he turns it around. They run a slant right. Earl Bruce, boy, I haven't seen him smile so much the first 5 weeks of the season. And I wonder why. Boy, that's just nice. Great balance. You make the reception. You take a couple of hits, and you get a chance. Now you can showboat. Now you can prance.
You never did that, did you?
Official time
Oh, no,
for the 1-minute warning. The 1-minute time rules are now in effect. St. Louis has all 3 timeouts.
So Darrell Hammond, a 27-yard touchdown reception, and you heard the referee reference the 1-minute warning. That means the clock will stop after an incomplete pass. It will stop if you go out of bounds. And the timeout situation is reviewed with each coach at the 1-minute mark.
Yeah, now you can start to get strategized a little bit. You're playing the clock, and now you've got 3 TOs, 27-20 Stampede. What's been a remarkable football game, an offensive dream come true.
Wellahan will try to add the extra point. Kaleo the holder. And Wellahan moves it through barefooted. And so with an even minute to go here in the first half of our Arena Football League special tonight on ESPN, it's the St. Louis Stampede still hanging on to an 8-point lead. Hammond makes it 28-20. Welcome back to the America West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. With Rick Walker, I'm Tom Mees. Arena Football League action live on ESPN. And Earl Bruce, you're right, I haven't seen him smile since Ohio State was leading Michigan about, what, 12 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but he is really into this. He's working that gum off well. So last week, and one thing about it is that Earl hasn't lost school. I mean, he's starting, I think, this week to take more input from his players. The Stampede is a real closeness there. I'm really happy with Jim Otis, the general manager, who's a great football player with the Cardinals and also with the Buckeyes. And I think this group is headed in the right direction.
Monkey Cooper winks for the kickoff, and he'll take it out at the 5 as it hit off the inside of one of the posts. And Shenrick Bonner comes in to attempt his second offensive play. His first one was a beaut.
It's hard to get better than that. Look at the yardage, 144 yards for the Rats. Stampede 196, and Duncan, who's just been a home run hitter, 3 touchdowns for the Rattlers, and Cedric Bonner now in for his second series for the first half.
These guys got to step it up, though. Do you realize that Albany scored over 80 points, Iowa over 70 points earlier tonight?
We still got another half. Although sometimes you feel like in the first half of this game like you've worked an entire game.
Bonner, first and 10 at the 5. Cooper, the man in motion. Tillman is open. And a short gain up around the 14-yard line. Collins bumps it out. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah,
And a penalty.
The Boston Brawler.
Roughing the passer on St. Louis.
Boston Brawler.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 99. Automatic first down.
Went to Springfield College in New England.
I love the way he approaches the game, though. He's a lunatic. He plays hard. That'll hurt you. I mean, that's not a smart play, but I don't want to take anything away from his effort because the Boston Brawler will get you.
Moves the ball over the 20 to the 21.5-yard line. Pat Sodero is his name for the St. Louis Stampede. He's a load, all right.
He's a good football player. Now he's thinking in his mind, hey, it's football.
56 seconds left in the half. Bonner to a wide open receiver, and that is Duncan out of bounds near the 5. They're going to call it the 7-yard line.
Tom, you've been around football longer than I've been around football. How in the world can a guy like Duncan be wide open? A guy with 3 touchdowns. I'm going to give you more age than I have.
Well, it's beyond, thank you very much. It's beyond me, Rick. I'll tell you, it's a 50-yard field. It's not as long or as wide as a college or a pro football gridiron, and it does mystify me. That's the one thing I'm still trying to figure out. It's great for the fans. I'm still trying to figure it out.
How guys can get open. Somebody ought to be on number 81. Hard to imagine.
Duncan's got 4 catches for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns already.
And nobody covered him on the last play.
Bonner loads of time. Still loads of time. Throws, and Duncan almost pulled that one in. Incomplete.
It's going to take some time for Cedric to really grasp, get a feel for it. Here we watch Duncan. You know his father's speed. He's got to really be sitting back with his chest second. Now, this is a play that is very difficult for a defensive back because there's no defined route on this. He's just trying to read, work in the end zone, get himself open. At time, give a pat on the back to the defense.
That was Shedrick Bonner's first incompletion of the night. He's now 3 for 4 for 57 yards. And a touchdown on his first effort of the night. Second down with 43 seconds left. And Arizona, as Danny White decides to take a timeout to talk it over. St. Louis Stampede 28, Arizona Rattlers 20, 43 seconds left here in the first half.
Rattlers players and coaches will be players.
Danny White standing and letting his players get a little bit of a rest before talking to Shedrick Bonner. I guess the quarterback is really the main man the head coach talks to in these little conversations.
Well, yeah, I guess on every level. You know, there's always a relationship between the coordinator, whoever's calling the offense, in this case, Danny White, and Gene Noodle handles the big guys up front. But what he's got to do now is just not make a mistake. In your mind, you got to think you saw Aaron Garcia go down and throw an interception in a similar situation. So you just want to settle down. You know, they're Garcia, and these two guys have a great relationship. I mean, it's not like a, Visa. I want to be the man. They want to win. And I think that's one thing that Danny White and this staff's got to be proud of.
Shedrick Bonner's quite a character. He comes in the building about 2.5 hours before game time tonight. He's got a big sack of hamburgers.
Yeah.
And one of the publicity people for the Rattlers goes, well, I guess you're not going to play tonight. You're going to be so full of food, you won't be able to move around. He just laughed.
He's a big guy. 14-sport letterman in high school.
And whistles all over the place. I believe it's going to be offside on St. Louis unless they were drawn. Somebody was moving awfully early.
Ball start. Center. Move the ball. 3-yard penalty.
3-yard penalty. Well, next Friday night, arena football action on ESPN2. That's right. We'll be in Iowa. The Barnstormers, an impressive winner earlier this evening, taking on the Las Vegas Sting. That's Friday at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on ESPN2.
It's been a good one. Babe Pirelli and the Sting, Scooter Molander, quarterback. I mean, Las Vegas has been on the verge. They've lost a couple of heartbreakers. They're a good football team.
And Kurt Warner, one of the stars for the Iowa Barnstormers. 3-yard penalty. Bonner. Cooper wide open at the 7. Touch to the middle. Drives and just short of the goal and fumble. And it's recovered in the end zone. Recovered in the end zone. The official is yet to make a call.
Boy, wouldn't that make Zach's whole day? That's a highlight.
And they say no. They're going to mark this just short of the goal line.
Well, the Huckster wanted to get it in. We talked early on, Tom, about his abilities. Once he had the football in his hands, nothing real complicated about this. You just want to get the ball in his hands quick. Cedric whips it out. Nice little quick out. Now you watch Hunky do his thing. Boy, he makes Hammonds look real bad. Now, at this point, Jackson's going for the strip. He gets the strip, but the Huckster is down. It's a good call.
Now we take another look at it. I think you're right. His knee was on the ground. And they'll mark it at the 1-yard line. Be a third down call. So Arizona with a chance. The draw very, very close again with 7 seconds to go in the half.
Well, at this point, I think you go for it. Zendejas is out. You've got a kicker in, and Bear, who I think they feel pretty good about, but it's a momentum deal now. I'm that close. I want to try to go in at half, at the very least one down. Don't forget the drop kick in this league. I mean, they can go in a pretty good position.
Well, if they don't get it, if there's a turnover down here, of course, if you're St. Louis, you can call timeout, try a long field goal.
Absolutely. You've got to go for it.
2 out of 3 is Arizona on the night on third down. But if you're going to go in Arizona, that's what they're going to do. Do you run or do you pass? I think you got time for one pass play here.
I throw. The thing about it with Duncan, who has 3 scores on the evening, so you got to think that the Stampede might have to put some kind of bracket him, get 2 guys in his area, which leaves Tillman, number 80. They're not going to let Hunky up. I go for the pit bull. I think number 80. Tillman might be your guy. Let's see if Cedric can work his way over.
Duncan to the left, Cooper to the right, Tillman in the slot, and Cooper in motion.
And they give it.
And it's a running play, and this is going to be thrown for a loss and an immediate timeout. Good awareness by Bonner. They use up only 2 seconds.
Well, you got to get a gain a yard in arena football in the final minute. Wow. That's the call that got me. Because they played so well, you know, between the down linemen, the tackles, and the way that Mac Backer has played tonight. I mean, Ricky Wood has been all over the place. Hammond has been very, very active. Chuck has 3 guns at the wide receiver spot. He knows more about his offense than I do.
Well, they gave it to McMillan, and in fairness to McMillan, the blocking scheme broke down. He was hit almost before he got the handoff.
You better believe it. Garber up front, Billy Harris, Boston Brawler, those guys have played their rear ends off. They've been outstanding.
Rattlers 5 rushes on the night. They may scrap the running game. 3 of those 5 rushes were for negative yardage.
Yeah, well, the thing about it at this point, you know, you've moved the quarterbacks around. I think it, you know, even if you go down 20-28 in this, you've got another half. This is arena football. They're confident. I still go for it, but I like my chances throwing the football.
Ball placed on the 2-yard line. Well, that was a rather charitable spot.
Well, they're home, Tom. Come on now. It's America West.
And St. Louis Stampede calls a timeout to talk it over. Maybe a critical point in this football game, although the way you can run up points in this game, critical may be too early to use that word. A reminder at halftime, part of our show will be taking you into the locker rooms. That's right, in arena football, they allow our cameras to go everywhere, including the sanctity of the locker room, and we'll catch some of the talk from Earl Bruce and Danny White.
Well, that was a bad sign. Number 80, John Atleta, was in, maybe an ankle injury, and he kind of scooted out of the camera's lens.
And always an editor's dream when you go into a football locker room. But it is a unique experience.
We've captured some great moments, and I think for our viewers to get a chance to go inside the locker room and hear some of the things that are said. Sometimes they're not things that you want the kids up for, but, you know, it's football.
All right, the ball is on the 2-yard line. Arizona Rattlers trail at 28-20. 5 seconds to go in the first half. Rattlers need a win to tie San Jose atop the Western Division. St. Louis needs to win just as badly in their race. Hunky Cooper, catch for the touchdown. Heck of a play by Cooper.
Fantastic. And it happens because you get the motion, so you got the momentum going, and it's so good for him not to go upfield too soon. Right there, you got a quick window. You're going against Riley Ware. The ball is behind him. He makes a great catch. That's pressure football. Boy, nice call, Danny. Really is. because it limits the number game. You don't rely on the offensive line. It happens so quick. A, you know you can't be sacked. B, it's not going to be picked off. You either catch it or it's incomplete.
And now you're down by 2 with 3 seconds left. I believe Arizona's going to go for 2.
Oh, yeah. The gambler, the Danny White, is you think Danny will go for 2?
Will we be knotted up at the end of the half? Let's see. Pitch out to Cooper. He's going to throw, and it's picked off or knocked away at the last second on a very aware play by Riley Ware.
Boy, Riley makes it up. Very aware by Riley Ware. I like that, Tom.
That's a complete accident. Herb Duncan was wide open.
You were working on that at lunch, and you got a chance to stick it in. Here we watch this. Here's Duncan. You must think you're going to go to Duncan. Boy, they have him open. You don't get a check on him. And then Riley Ware comes over there and says, hey, there's a football in the air. And he makes the play on it. Boy, Ozzie Jackson, you want him to get it. Here's a guy who may not get the Iron Man award because he's playing defense, but he's definitely a candidate for Stampede's MVP on that side of the ball.
So the St. Louis Stampede cling to the lead at 28-26. Remember, that was a conversion, so the clock still remains at 3 seconds. And you never know what's going to happen to this league. So,
is that Danny smiling? Wait a minute, hold it. Is that Danny White with a smile? Oh, for a moment. That's a half a smile. His old coach, Tom Landry, would never show any emotion. And Danny White, I think, is a chip off the old block because this guy looks like he's got indigestion the entire game. And I think we saw a smile.
Doing his Earl Bruce imitation. There's the banner. World champions of arena football, the Arizona Rattlers. Of course, that thrilling victory in Orlando last year to take the title. Right, Cameron Bear. That was a heck of a game. Unbelievable. Will he hit the net here? No, he will not. Ware, deep in the end zone, takes a hit by Clark, and that'll do it for the first half. After one half here at the American... End of the half after one half of play here at the America West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Tremendously entertaining action from the Arena Football League. Danny White's Arizona Rattlers and some regrouping to do. The underdogs from St. Louis, the Stampede, have a slim 2-point lead at 28-26. Welcome back live to the America West Arena. Sold out once again as the Arizona Rattlers, Arena Football League champions, trail the St. Louis Stampede 28-26. And Cedric Bonner, Rick Walker, came in late in the first half for Arizona.
Came in, got a score on his very first play, settled down, was able to make a crucial third down throw and catch by the Hunkster, Hunky Cooper. So I think he's in everything Danny White expects from him.
And Bonner's attempts, 6 of them, completions 5 of them. Pretty good production, 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, should Arizona come back and win this, they'll be in a tie with San Jose in the Western Division. And there you see the 2 main targets tonight.
Well, let's not kid ourselves. When you throw into the likes of Cooper and Duncan, who has just been unreal, not only in this game, but in other games, you ask the Orlando crew about this young man. He's a backbreaker, 100 yards, 3 scores, and we're just in one half of play, and not to exclude Shanksnader.
And the St. Louis Stampede have unveiled some offensive weaponry tonight. Darrell Hammond, and also for the Stampede, Marcus Badgett.
Boy, Badgett has come on, and good to see that Khalil Badgett connection work again. Hammond, who's really the guy that can carry this club back from sickness a week ago, and he's really had a pretty good half.
They're wondering about you in a lot of other cities.
So Hammond and the St. Louis Stampede get ready for the second half. The Stampede will be kicking off to Arizona to begin the second half. Wellahan will do the honors, and Hunky Cooper, of course, back to the end zone. Wellahan has had much better luck than his counterpart for Arizona reaching the net tonight with kickoff.
Well, you know, if you mentioned the Milwaukee Mustangs, the Arizona, the one thing everybody says is special teams hurt us, and kickoffs really were a problem, and the Mustangs were able to convert and really lay it on them, and so Arizona wants to improve on this special team.
Wellahan's end over end kickoff. This one just misses the net off the hands of Cooper and out the back of the end zone, and they'll take over first and 10 of the 5.
Good kick. Good results, and now you give your defense a chance.
That ball, Cooper was really no man's land. He didn't know if it was going to tick off the bottom of that net or not.
Can't have it hit that bar. Boy, if it hits that lower crossbar, you are in big trouble.
Well, Danny White, it's a little warm in here tonight. There goes the sport check.
Well, he's out of the blazer. I mean, this is a big game. Todd Shell, who was here a year ago, is now the head coach of San Jose. The SaberCats sitting on top now. You don't want to lose to a friend. He wants to win this division.
And on ESPN next week, we'll be in San Jose, California.
Looking forward to it. Really am. Boy, Northern California, good football, great fans.
And that's a loud arena. You think this arena is loud? That is the loudest arena that I see around the National Hockey League.
Yeah, I want to go there.
The Shark Tank. Oh, those fans can crank it up. Here's Bonner out on the flat. Juking and jiving again, hit from behind for a 5-yard gain is Harry Milton.
Well, Milton showed us something. And they've got so many. You see, here you see Milton. Then you know about Shanksnader. Then there's Duncan. And then there's Hunky Cooper. A lot of great players. This is a good way to start a half. You want to get a good play. High percentage completion. You don't see a lot of guys running east-west in arena football because of the dimensions.
Milton got hit from behind, but that hit knocked him forward to the 10-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Doing good. 22nd reception on the year. He's got 5 scores. So, I mean, they're loaded.
Cooper again coming out of that slide like a shotgun. He's well covered. Bonner again as the penalty flag drops. Henry Milton makes the catch. That's the 11th penalty flag tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be on Marcus Badgett. And Marcus is going to claim that he thought it was run on Hunky Cooper, and they had a little WWF action downfield.
7th penalty on the St. Louis Stampede. That's a lot in an arena football game.
And really, when you think about it, early on, Arizona had the first 3 penalties of the game. Marcus there trying to say that Hunky grabbed the back of his helmet.
Number 8 on the defense. First down.
That gives the Arizona Rattlers a first down up at the 18-yard line.
Really negates the good kick. Now you give them back. This is a game of field position, and what you don't want to have happen is have Arizona go down and score now back-to-back.
Down the field before the game. If you have to play on AstroTurf, this is not a bad service. It's well padded. Players don't seem to mind it.
No, it's not an outstanding arena. It really is.
And a fumble snap by Bonner. It goes under him, and it's recovered by St. Louis.
Each quarterback now has had a fumble and given the ball up. Is that Chuck?
No, let's see. Nope, I thought it was Heighton. Ricky Wood, yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Wood. Boy, Ricky and Chuck giving him a great play from the Mac Backer. That's the Mac Backer. He's got the run through. He comes in, creates havoc, then goes out. Great effort to get the football.
Why does Danny White have his head buried in the padding? Well, the turnover, a costly one, perhaps by the Rattlers on the center exchange.
Well, that's all on Cedric because the ball was up. There's a good snap by Ricks. There he goes after it, and he makes, there's drills ever since Pop Warner, how to recover a fumble. One is you get your hands on it, then you caress it, you cradle the ball. That time he belly flopped on the ball, and he missed it.
Third turnover for the Rattlers tonight sets up St. Louis in business at the 11-yard line. And Wood, the man who recovered the fumble, has the carry on the first down. He'll gain a couple.
Boy, they almost had a bad exchange. I like Wood. I really do. Good football player.
Ricky Wood out of Norfolk State. 6 feet, 250. That's a real fire plug.
I want you to give me a signal. Just a fly zoom, a lizard. All right, 30. 10.
I love it. Fly, zoom, lizard. Yeah. That's the neat part about football. And the coaches, that's their thing. They can create those names.
Badgett and Hammond. Each split out very wide. Looking for Hammond or Badgett all the way. And overthrown. Hammond was well covered.
And, we talk about the dimensions of this. And you've done CFL, or the extension in the end zone. That play becomes, gives you a chance. You're in arena football, you can forget it. That ball's got to get up a lot sooner in order to throw in the end zone.
Fly rocket lizard, all right? 30, 10-3, 3 post on 2. Ready?
Almost sounds like the same play.
Well, pretty close. 3-step drop. They're just going to lizard, could be left. Believe me, it's not, they don't try to trick each other.
Hammond again. Turns back in, touchdown. Hammond faked to the sideline. Did a pirouette, was wide open in the end zone.
Boy, I just love good creative offensive football. This time the offensive line, and what can you say about these guys up front? They have just played really well. Now here's Hammond in the loop. Hammond's a guy that you expect to carry this football team. Comes in, gathers himself, and there it is. Whenever you go out and run a little twirl, and a lot of coaches call it different things, look at the offensive line up front. See, that helps you. He runs a twirl, good route, good recognition, good throw and catch.
Well, a Hans extra point is good, and the St. Louis Stampede have their biggest lead since early in the first quarter. St. Louis 35, Arizona 26. Rattlers have some rallying to do when we come back. Back to Phoenix with Rick Walker. I'm Tom Mees. The St. Louis Stampede have quieted what is billed as the loudest crowd of the Arena Football League with a 9-point lead.
Well, when you force a turnover, get a recovery, come right back, 3 plays later, score, you're going to silence the crowd. The team on the road has to rally together. And Earl Bruce gave a real confident message at halftime. Troops came out and followed.
Callahan gets that right foot well into it, and off the screen it comes to Cooper. And Cooper is cut down, or is he? Haven't heard a whistle yet. Now we heard a late whistle. Oh, my.
Boy, that's tough.
He was down, I thought, initially at the 4, but the linesman waited a long time to blow the whistle.
Well, the good backs, you know, you let the guys in stripes call the play. We need a replay on that one.
I think it was the right call. It was just a little late. Let's see.
Maybe the judge. Here's the Hunkster. Good kick. Love the over camera seat. That's tough. Tough from this angle. It looks like it's down, but I think it's down. I think it's down.
Yeah, I think you got to call that down. You can't get out there with a caliper and see if his knee was on the ground. All right, 1st and 10 from the 5. Bonner makes one, going deep, got Duncan open, overthrown.
Had him on a little out and up.
Badger was trailing by a few yards as some paper airplanes started littering the America West Arena floor.
That's Danny White. He gets it up. He's going to come at you real quick. Thing about it, you know, one thing about St. Louis, they've been really good today mixing up man and zone and taking the shots at it. Marcus Badger really is in line for an Ironman award today because he's been good on both sides of the ball.
2nd down and 10 for Arizona from the 5. Stampede trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Arizona trying to rebound after a loss in Milwaukee unexpectedly last week. Potter, this time Duncan wide open. Ware takes him down, but not until Duncan has a first down and a flag after the play.
Well, Arizona better hope that's not on Duncan. Riley Ware kind of got dogged a little bit on that one. Wow, now that's a double hit. First of all, you get run over, then you get a penalty. And all Riley's trying to do is protect himself. And when you see a guy on the bottom of the pile being called for an infraction, it's usually verbal.
Number 12 on the defense. Automatic first down.
Well, Riley Ware was rather animated after the tackle. The referee right there blew him down for a personal foul. This puts it down at the St. Louis 19.
Yeah, I guarantee you that was verbal because he was in no position to be physical. He was on his back.
With the 9-yard penalty, Rattlers 1st and 10.
There is some trash talking going on down in that field.
Oh, yeah.
Arizona has it 1st and 10.
You know, Tom, whenever you play the defending champions in any sport, you want a piece of them. And that's why, you know, everybody's fired up to take them off.
Duncan going to the end zone, but clearing out the other side is Cooper. Makes the catch. Ware brings him right down at the 13-yard line. They're going to save forward progress.
That was a good route by Hunky. And sometimes, you know, Cooper gets into his routes and he runs so fast he doesn't always come out of his breaks real crisp. And that time, boy, he snapped it out, and Bonner really smooth in this. We check our offensive line again. Those guys have been just hanging on. Bonner whips it out. Cooper, see, he's created separation because he was real lean coming out of the route.
2nd down, about 4. Duncan and Milton switch places. Bonner 8 out of 10 on the night. Going for the end zone. throws. Cooper threw it into the net.
He had him momentarily, but then you got Riley Ware. And you see him kind of picking on 12 folks. And I don't know if you want to make a steady habit of that.
You throw the ball in the net, somebody from the other team is around catching it off the net, you're in trouble.
You're in big trouble, yeah. You're going to find yourself losing. Riley Ware, a tough customer. You know, he was on the 91 World Championship team down in Tampa. Moved around, Mass, Charlotte, and he can play.
Third down, got to get the ball down to the 9-yard line. Over the middle, batted to the ground. Darrell Hammond intended for number 81, Herb Duncan.
That was a second tip pass of the game. And, you know, tip passes change the course of games, you know, more often than not. And Hammond, who has been really a workhorse, you know, leading receiver, you know, gives you a lot of tackle. Let's take a look at it. Here you see Cedric just kind of whipping off points, throwing three-quarter armed, and Hammond, a great athlete out of Virginia. You know, he just graduate assistant work up at Penn State, the Nittany Lions, and he's into turf science. Turf science. Might see him working on some stadiums in the future. You know, George Toma, who's the master at Kansas City. Might have a young pupil here.
And a timeout is called with 7:41 to go here in the third quarter. So the Arizona Rattlers have yet to figure out a way to score here in the second half. They trail St. Louis by 9. Welcome back to the American West Arena in Phoenix. Danny White, coach and general manager of the champion Arizona Rattlers, trying to figure out a fourth down play. With Rick Walker, I'm Tom Mees. Midway through the third quarter of tonight's live action on ESPN, the St. Louis Stampede have never trailed in this game.
Well, last time they were in a similar situation, a little closer in. They had Hunky Cooper in motion and hit him on a flare. This time, he's not going to be in a position to go in motion from the outside. Now he takes it a long way in loop. Watch him to flare out and up.
Bonner, lots of time. Goes for the end zone. Duncan, touchdown! He beat Bandit.
4 and still going. They wanted to go inside the Hunky Cooper. That's where they wanted to go. Hammond's kind of disrupted that. And what they were trying to do was to run an option route. First they ran the flare, now they were trying to run an option. And you just got to give Cedric Bonner a lot of credit, folks, and the offensive line. He stays in there, works Duncan down the side, and Duncan had the presence of mind to work himself in his vision, and the result is his 4th touchdown.
The former Lumberjack for Northern Arizona, 6 catches, 129 yards, 4 TDs. Cameron Bear in to attempt the extra point. And it is wide to the left. And a flag on the play, so let's hold everything. Kick was wide to the left.
That's why they're going for it on a lot of fourth down as well.
Illegal defense, outside rush number 66.
Oh, my.
You can't do that in arena football. You cannot rush the kicker taking an outside arc. You have to keep it inside shoulder of the offender.
So Arizona will get another try, and it appears they're going to forget the 1 and go for the 2. Well, you're down by 3 anyway.
Yeah, you get closer. Nothing to lose on this. Nothing to lose on it.
It's one of the unique features of arena football, those goalposts, only 9 yards.
15 feet high. I mean, there are a lot of guys in the outside game that wouldn't want to have to deal with this challenge.
You might say, well, they don't have to deal with any wind, but you have no margin for error.
0.
None.
A PAT in this deal is not a gimme.
No, absolutely not. Ball is placed just inside the 2-yard line, and now Arizona will go for 2.
I think you always go when you got Cooper and you got these guys out there. Put the pressure on the defense.
Pitch out and diagnosed, but Cooper gets away from the rush and scoots into the end zone, or does he? No, they say he stepped out at the 3-yard line. Linesman right there saying,
What an effort. You know, he doesn't get credit for it, but it might be enough to inspire that defense to come out and play great ball. That would have made the arena highlight.
Point is no good. The runner stepped out of bounds. Timeout.
Boy, and Danny's hot. because somebody must have broke down. Had to be an assignment glitch on that because he felt like the play was there. Man, look at this guy go.
Hunky Cooper gave the effort, but watch his left foot right there. 3-point St. Louis lead. Back live at the America West Arena in Phoenix. 6:47 to go in the third of the St. Louis Stampede. Hanging on to a 3-point lead. Danny White was a bit hot, Rick, after that missed 2-point conversion by Hunky Cooper.
Yeah, there was an assignment problem on that. I've seen that look before. When a coach gives you that, that means somebody blew a play. Now you watch the foot. Watch the left foot say it's on the orange. That is a great call by the officials. He is out of bounds, but that does not negate the effort. It was fantastic.
Left foot and then the right foot, so they were both out of bounds. Fans starting to get back into it. Cameron Bear tees it up. And Ware is back for St. Louis. This one is wide to the left and draws the flag, and the Stampede will have it out at the 20-yard line. And Bear has had a tough time on kickoffs tonight.
Yeah, he has. But it's a tough deal to come in and fill in for Zendejas.
Well, last night at Arena Football League action, a big night for the Tampa Bay Storm as they go in against the Orlando Predators. This is Jay Gruden to Steve Thomas.
Boy, those two guys, they've hooked up a lot. Now Samuels gets into the action as well, and he scores for Tampa Bay. Boy, it's a proud franchise, great players, and look out, because they're smoking.
And Iowa, big winner over Milwaukee earlier tonight, and even more points for Albany as they beat Miami 82-56. Here's St. Louis with the lead. 1st and 10 from their 20. Kaleo's going for the end zone. Badgett is open. Almost a circus one-handed grab.
Boy, he went up for one. If he gets two hands on that, I think he gets a score.
Now it's worth taking a shot at the end zone on 1st down. Badgett will come back.
Yeah, we talked about it in our open. You know, you always try to hit a bingo in the open, but you never know. But they had to get him more involved in the offense. So far they have.
Missile. 50 area. 4, choice, 2 on 2. Ready?
Going back to the 5-step drop. That offensive line, if it continues, Billy Harris, Garber, these guys, if they give him the time, he can get this downfield.
Badgett again in motion. Behind Hill, he couldn't grab it. Either Hill was running the wrong pattern or Kaleo threw a bad one.
Yeah, that 50 series, I thought they were going to push that downfield more. There's a guy, Brad Clark. He will hit you. I refer to him as the hammer. He's had some of the best flush hits in arena football this year.
That brings up a 3rd down and 10 situation for the Stampede.
70, 6, 4, 8 on 2. Ready? Hustle, 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 hustle.
25-second clock running down. Got to get the play off soon. Kaleo does, and incomplete. Doggett was there for Arizona.
Well, Cecil, fresh out of the World Football League. He can play. Good cover man. Remember, we talked about Hunky Cooper's great effort. He didn't get the points, but I think he lit a fire on this defense.
They'll bring up a 4th and 10 at the 20.
See, there's Hunky. See, you just know it. You start to feel that deal about momentum, and you want it back.
So Willihan will attempt the field goal. From his own 13-yard line. And it's blocked. Inside the 15, out of bounds, inside the 10. And the Rattlers have a huge turnover. Gibson again.
Boy, big number 73, Tom Gibson. His presence has been magnified tonight. He caught a pass, he's recovered a fumble, he has now blocked a field goal, and he's playing great Ironman football.
Well, much too early to call it a big turning point, but a crucial play in this game.
Boy, that's just a clean run, a free hitter. And you know what? If Gibson doesn't get it, I think Lucas may. I mean, they were all over that. But that's relentless, and I guarantee you one thing, Bruce Hardy's a happy fellow right now. Because Bruce said, we got to improve on special teams, and they have.
So 1st and goal, just inside the 10. And the give is to McMillan on a running play, and he skitters down around the 7-yard line.
Arizona really likes to run the football. In most games, they've run a lot more. Danny's been a little tentative on the runs. I think this young offensive line, he's tried to let them mature. Well, now's the time.
There you see the clock. Those of you who are not initiated to the Arena Football League, the clock continues to roll. In a sense, you're playing running time here until the last minute of each half.
Got big Bobby Signs in now, playing the center spot for him.
Bonner a little bit trouble with the exchange, but throws it anyway. Touchdown, Schecksteiner. And the Rattlers take the lead for the first time tonight.
Boy, that is really significant. Kevin Thomas, this center, was injured last week. Bobby Signs was just signed this week. He's been out of football, Arena Football, a couple of years. He comes back, gives Jim Nudo a pat on the back. That was a good play. Player personnel, man. Brings him in. That offensive line, watch 52, send up your screen. Boy, that's good pass, bro. That's all the time he needed. Schecksteiner, the forgotten wide receiver, shows his presence with the score.
Yeah, Duncan's been the man tonight, but Schecksteiner says, hey, wait a minute, I'm on this team too. Cameron Bear, Shedrick Bonner is the holder at the 10 for the extra point. And this one splits the upright with 2:32 to go here in the third quarter. For the first time tonight, the champion Arizona Rattlers have taken a lead on the St. Louis Stampede at 39-35.
How about that ninth man?
I still go back to Hunky Cooper's Herculean effort to try to get in for the two-point conversion. It came up short, but the effort, I think, just rippled through the Rattler sidelines.
So now we're going to see what the St. Louis Stampede are made of as far as their ability to shake off a couple of bad plays and try and stem the momentum on the road. Remember, this game is critical to both teams. Both 5 and 3 coming into play tonight. St. Louis a half a game now behind both Memphis and Iowa. And the Stampede after tonight will be home against Charlotte, at Miami, and finish up at home against the Albany Firebirds. All they did was score 82 points tonight. Now Arizona also a critical game. They're a half game behind San Jose. After tonight, they have 3 games left. Next week, the Miami Hooters are here. Then they finish on the road at Vegas and San Jose.
Well, that shootout with San Jose on Sunday night. And that'll be a big one out here in the desert. Oh, that'll be out in San Jose.
Short kickoff. Riley Ware says, thank you very much. Takes it at the goal line. It races out to just over the 15.
It's a good return. Start talking about these individual matchups, and Albany scores a lot of points. You talk about an offensive line. I think they have one of the better offensive lines in the Arena Football. Eddie Brown, boy, they talk about fireworks.
I've heard that name before.
Oh yeah. The thing about this league is so balanced now. It really is. All the folks in Arena Football ought to really be proud of it because parity is in this league.
Well, the St. Louis Stampede, you know, they won their first 5. This is an expansion team. No expansion team in the history of the league has come up with more than 5 wins in a season. Kaleo, excellent numbers tonight. Fakes to the flat. He's going deep. Badgett's open. Touchdown. Well, that lead lasted a long while for Arizona, didn't it?
You know, Badgett, here's a guy, they've taken him down to well. Schecksteiner just scored, and now he's got to turn aside on defense, and he scored on. So, you know, that's the way it goes. As you mentioned early on, no ego. The ego, void of ego if you play in Arena Football, especially as a specialist. Boy, that's nice. Nice tight spiral, throwing to his old classmate at the University of Maryland. Is he open or what? Oh, man. Watch Schecksteiner close. Not enough time.
Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
That one.
Well ahead. Extra point is good. And it's a 3-point lead for the Stampede again at 42-39.
Oh, boy.
I got that one. I got to get credit. Mary Chapin Carpenter, great country star. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
So there is life after the smash.
Sometimes you're the Louisville Slugger, and I won't go on from there.
Yes, indeed. Badgett now 3 receptions, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You don't mind if I borrow that one, do you?
No, you go right ahead. Just give old Mary Chapin the credit. That's all.
Oh, boy. That's a good one.
Well, 1:19 to go here in the third quarter. You're staying up late on the East Coast and you like points. You're happy tonight. You're getting your money's worth. The Badgets had a big night. And doing their imitation of the they're dancing to country music. This looks like the old Fun Bunch.
Yeah, it brings back a few memories. Boy, that's a lot of fun. You know, in offensive football, when you can celebrate for the overall team success, here's Marcus Badgett, a young man who had to take on more of a leadership role in this game, and he's done it. They have stepped up, but you know, it can all be for naught, because in this game, it ain't over till it's over.
Wellahand aims it for that netting. Cooper's back. You never know which way it's going to bounce, and his foot stepped over the end line. So he'll take it.
Good catch. 5. Very good catch. Well, we had a lot of balls in the air on this one. Look at Kaleo, 218 yards, 4 scores, an INT. Cedric Bonner, who entered the game a little later on, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And both teams, if this is one of the games you come in afterwards, you look at the film and you think, man, we had a great effort, but it's not worth squat if you don't get the W. You gotta win this thing. The big question now is, what does Danny White do? I think victory, the outcome will mean a lot to it. If Garcia is healthy, Danny White will have a tough decision to make.
Cooper coming out through the slot. They're not going to go to him. Instead, they'll go to Cedric Tillman. He's over the 10 up to the 13-yard line.
Oh, Pitbull.
Whoops, he's up to the 16-yard line. My eyes are deceiving me. It's a first down. And the clock, remember, still running. Under 40 seconds. They'll have time to get 1, maybe 2 plays off, depending. Probably will be the last play of the third quarter.
The thing I like about the Rattlers is that they can forget about the score in a hurry. They're going to keep it downfield. They keep putting pressure on the secondary.
Cooper coming around and rushed as Bonner got it off to Schexnayder, but that was a safety valve only. Bonner was brought down hard by Wood of St. Louis.
Yeah. Great recognition defensively. They were able to pick it up. Mike Collins has really been a fine addition to this defense.
Well, the sands of time are run out here in the third quarter at the America West Arena. Danny White's team did take the lead for the first time tonight, but with 1 quarter remaining, it's still the St. Louis Stampede hanging on. Earl Bruce's squad leads by 3. Can they hang on in the fourth quarter? Welcome back live to the America West Arena in Phoenix with Rick Walker. I'm Tom Mees. The St. Louis Stampede lead the Arizona Rattlers by 3, and that young man, he's got it covered. He got a 49er cap, he got an arena football jersey. He's a winner
all the way around. Can't lose with that. He just hopes that the Niners just won it, his club, go back and do it again. You know, the neat thing about arena football is that top dog gets to host the arena game.
That's right.
And I think that's neat.
Yep. I think that's, well, it's much like it is in some conferences in college basketball at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Conference tournaments.
The whole thing. So, you know, who would Buffalo be in the outdoor game if best record held? They have a few Super Bowl rings.
You would think so. You might think so.
Did you get the kid?
First and 10 for the Rattlers. Or the second and 11, I should say, as we start the fourth quarter. Hunky Cooper, he's open and dragged down from behind. Darrell Hammond may have saved a touchdown. Cooper at the 17.
See that explosiveness? He is so quick. First step. You miss the tackle with him, he'll make you pay.
Mark it back at the 19.
Oh, look at it. Boy, Hammond, that's the game saver. You hear that? Often, game saver. That's the game saver.
Cooper's knees, actually, if you want to get technical, his knees are down to 21. They gave him the 19-yard line. And Hunky on the night. Good night for most people, but not up to his recent numbers. Running play down the sidelines, 10-5, touchdown into the end zone is Tracy Mao.
Wow, Richard Ash leading the way. Personal convoy on that. And, you know, that's just great play selection. They caught him napping. You don't expect to see a run go the distance in arena football. No. But that defense has been playing well. Boy, Big Tracy lumbering. You know, we talk a lot about Barry Wagner, and it's a great one with Orlando. Hunky Cooper's block. Watch this block. Right on the edge. You can't turn the corner. I mean, that's a take-you-out style block. We've watched Barry Wagner do it time and time again with the Predators. That's the way you get it done.
And Cameron Bear to attempt the extra point as Arizona's back in the lead. And off the post and in. Oh, it looked like a hockey goal. He hit the post, but he scored. Now, around the right end. Takes the pitch out. Look out for those convoys. Arizona up on top, 46-42. Tonight's Arena Football League game is being brought to you by Rydell, the official helmet and protective equipment supplier of the Arena Football League. And the crowd is in a frenzy here at America West Arena. The Rattlers on top, but still an eternity left in this game, Rick.
Well, if Duncan tells you to get up, you better get up because he's the man. 4 scores and counting.
Cameron Bear, his kickoffs have been an adventure, but he's juiced up this one. It made it far enough to hit the net, but it went between the uprights and out. Preston 10 for the 5 for St. Louis. Look how close in the first half, but not in the second. The total yardage.
Doesn't have a huge bearing on the score because these guys make big plays. But we had a lot of offense, and we're not over. We got a full 13-20 remaining in this one. Kaleo, last time he had a good ball, 1 out of 6. So they've got to really try to get back in the groove.
All right, big series now for the St. Louis Stampede. Barber goes in motion. Open his Batchet, but only momentarily. And right there was Herb Duncan to bring him down.
You know, that didn't look like a lot, but it was a big call on Kaleo. He looked left, was trying to read the double outs. They took it away, and he was able to come right back and still pick up the positive yardage.
Ball is on the 9-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be second down at 6.
Wake them up in Des Moines, Iowa.
Barber in motion to the left. Kaleo flushed out, has to get rid of it, and Batchet makes the catch for the first down. A huge play there.
Man, Brad Clark's got to think to himself, how in the world did he stick that in? I was all over it. Boy, Rattler showed you some real fine pressure. They got after the quarterback. That's the one thing that's different between last year's championship club. They had pressure on a regular basis. This time, they really got after him. Now, you watch Kaleo. See, he's just got great wheels. Great wheels. How do you stick that in there? How do you do that?
Why don't you ask him after the game? I'm sure he'll tell you.
Well, it depends. If he wins, maybe. If not, I don't think so.
Kaleo, lots of time now. Wide open is Darrell Hammond. And brought down by Duncan at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, picking the zone apart now. This is good-looking stuff now. Starting to just pick them apart. Here you watch the twin receiver side. And here Hammond just finds the sweet spot. See, in the zone, you just settle down. You doesn't have to look real pretty. You settle it down, and you take what the defense gives.
Boy, in this game, you start playing a prevent defense, you'll be out of business.
You can't get pressure on the quarterback, you're done.
Yep. I've never liked the prevent defense anyway. I think the rules in this game almost prohibit it.
Puts you in a little zone.
Kaleo going for 6. Hammond is open. Did he catch it or not? No. He disappeared into the corner, and the referee says he was out of bounds.
The only thing separated him from a score was a little fatigue. I didn't see the extension at the end of that ball. Watch Kaleo on this. He comes out of the break. He gives him a great post-corner move. You don't pick it up. Here the ball in flight, and we don't have Hammond until now. He goes up with 2. Can't get the other hand to trail to pick it. That's still a great effort. Looks like he's got it there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe upon contact, the ball squirts out.
Man.
I don't know. Nope. That's the pylon. Looks like he has that football. That's great camera work, guys.
My goodness, maybe a turning point. Who knows? Kaleo over the middle has his man Hammond, and Hammond has a first and goal at the 2. St. Louis trying to make that last call a moot point.
Well, you're looking at a candidate for Iron Man, not only of this game, but of the league. Hammond there in the loop. Now he comes up, see that little acceleration. That creates some space for him. Ball is right on the money. And, you know, these guys got to be tired, Tom. That's the thing about arena football. In the fourth quarter, you're playing your guts out.
Hammond's got to be tired. 9 catches, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. I bet he won't be too tired to try for a third right here. Kaleo wants to run it, and he will. Does he get in or not? A fumble. Loose in the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis. Did Kaleo recover his own fumble?
That's all Kaleo. Quarterback option makes it tough to defend, folks, because they give you the read option, and then you've got a guy who turns upfield, and what do? This is worth a couple of looks. At big offensive line again, Harris, the Boston Brawler, doing a great job. They don't know what Kaleo is. There's the reach. That ball is free. He goes back, fills it up. That's a great effort. That's all you can say. Guy who wants to win.
And Kaleo, in a league that's not known for rushing, has 3 rushing touchdowns tonight. Kaleo will hold now for Wellahan. High snap. Kaleo gets it down. Wellahan is good. And the Stampede has retaken the lead here in Phoenix. John Kaleo. Roll to the right. Nothing there. Fumbles, but gets it back. And the Stampede get the lead back. To Phoenix, the Stampede of St. Louis have retaken the lead again. John Kaleo, great effort. Let's take another more critical look at the result, though.
Well, here's a guy who wants it. I mean, when you're trying to snap a losing streak, he is down. He's not there. At this point, it does not appear that he is there. Well, he follows up on it. You can say great no call, great effort.
Kickoff to Schexnayder off the net. Almost broken for big yardage, but Hill wrapped him up and brought him down at the 9-yard line.
He'll save him. He'll save him. You go back to that Orlando, Arizona game, and watching old Hercules for Orlando break one to tie with about 16 seconds to go. It's great return men in this league. Scoring drive by the Stampede, 4 plays, 29 yards, and taking off some clock. Now you need to take a play on defense.
First and 10 for the Rattlers. Cooper lines up in the slot right. Ball at the 9. Tillman appeared to be surprised the ball was on his way. Cedric Bonner giving him a look. Incomplete.
Yeah, now is no time to have miscues.
Mentioned Orlando a minute ago. They lost both their quarterbacks last night. What are they going to do?
Boy, that's a good question. All I know is that they got a heck of a quarterback that's now coaching with him is Jim Jensen. And I think who's right still may be with Miami. But I'd be trying to do something to get Crash in control.
I'm sold. I remember when Jim Jensen quarterbacked at Boston University.
Oh, man, no, he's a really great athlete.
And a penalty here as Bonner withdrew from center.
Contact by the defense before the snap. 3 yards.
Steve Hodge on that. You don't want any gimmies. This is crucial time now defensively. 77% of your screen, you know, from Little League on and Pee Wees and Pop Warner, they say defensive guys watch the ball. Invariably, we see offsides in every area of football.
Bonner going down the right sideline and nobody there. Now Schexnayder went to the middle. Cooper is on the right. And the ball didn't go near either one of them.
Well, again, let's note the fact that Bonner got his first play last week. He was 6 of 10, 74 yards, a couple of scores, and an interception in their loss. So he's not had the reps that Garcia has had. Garcia now out. We don't think he's injured. We think Danny made a quarterback move. Garcia had a couple of strikes, also had 2 interceptions in the first half that took him to the sideline. So it's critical time right now for the quarterbacks here in Arizona.
Well, Bonner tonight, 13 out of 18, 144 yards and 4 touchdowns. And under 7 minutes to go in the game now. Play clock getting down to the nub. They just get it off. Bonner going for the end zone. Schexnayder, and an excellent defensive read there by St. Louis. Collins, yeah.
Mike Collins comes in. Collins, if you recall, was blocked by Schexnayder, by Hunky Cooper in the last series for this touchdown run by Arizona. Again, the timing is off for the Rattlers. See, that's a play that if it's on timing, maybe he gets and scores. A little bit out of sync.
Another penalty here, and this one's going against Arizona, so it wouldn't have counted anyway.
Pass interference on the offense, number 8. Lost it down. 4th down.
Man, now that is brutal. Let's see if we can find this at the end of the play. Maybe a little push-off. That looked, that didn't look like a fourth quarter push-off in my book.
No, but the officials threw it, and that's all that matters, and the ball is back at the 8.
And it takes some courage to make that kind of call here in Arizona. Wow.
Tillman and Schenkstader, they're going for it. They're not attempting a field goal here. Remember, Zendejas not in the Rattler lineup.
Well, that was a no-brainer. They haven't tried field goals in their own plus area.
Going for it all, and knocked away again by Collins as he had Schenkstader covered and covered like a blanket.
Yeah, he had him, but the ball needed some air. And it's amazing how Cedric gets back and just kind of flicks it out. He can throw. He's got a powerful arm. But if he puts some elevation on that, they had a chance. You got to give your receiver the chance. The perfect ball in the deep is the outside shoulder of the wide receiver. Take it away. See, this ball's a little inside. Lacks a little power. Schenkstader is open. I mean, he had a little cushion on that. He needed help on the ball.
And the Stampede will take over 1st and goal at the Arizona 8-yard line. St. Louis with a chance to take a bit of a stranglehold on this game. 6:09 to go in the 4th. Back in a moment. Cheerleaders trying to get the crowd for the Rattlers back in it, but the Arizona Rattlers are up against it, trailing by 3. That's not a big deal, but the opposition has it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line, and that's Danny White's brother Chad with a chart on the bench. And look, Danny looks like a guy who just dropped his ice cream cone in the street.
You know, he's thinking about that Milwaukee loss, this loss. His buddy Todd Schill with the San Jose SaberCats is sitting on top, and he's thinking about getting back in Arena Bowl.
Kaleo goes for the touchdown. It's batted away by Clark. Intended for Badgett.
Boy, Kaleo, 18 of 27, 246 yards, 4 scores, and they're going for it. Marcus Badgett trying to make it happen. And here's the hammer coming in with a great play.
From BYU, 27 years of age, 2nd down and goal. For the Stampede, running play to Wood. Wood, and Clark stops him from getting into the end zone at the 2.
Boy, Papsadero, what a block. The Boston Brawler leading the convoy, and it's worth another look. Watch 99, left of your screen, folks. Come out of his stance real well. You get a good block in the chip by the wide receiver. There you got Hammonds, the big number 99 is crushing folks.
Touchdown. Let's go, Liz. Rocket. 22 on quick. Ready?
3rd and goal from the 2. There you see the 3rd down conversion stats tonight. Here's Hill, and he fools no one. Loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Oh, that's good defense. Trying to play for the win. Trying to play for the win.
Schenkstader's down.
Shanks will be up. They're going to lose any gladiators in this one.
4th and goal at the 3.
And we watch again. Man, that's just good angles, good pad placement. Everybody gets a chip on it. There's those Schenkstader. They're playing a little inside, playing some Jill Backer. He had to play some cornerback for him. He's been very valuable for this team.
Schenkstader was not hurt on the tackle. He was hurt on the crush of bodies. One of his teammates was pushed back on top of him. And let's hope it's just something with the air being knocked out of him.
He's had an ankle last year that had him hobbled. You know he wants to be there. You can always tell when they get up and walk it off. Looks like he might be back.
Well, 4th down coming up as Schenkstader out of Washington State will go over and take a rest. 4th down here for St. Louis. And Rick, they've only had that once tonight, and they were successful, 1 for 1.
Well, this is gutsy. Because by contrast, they've got a kicker who's pretty good. You know, when you start looking at numbers, he's not bad in this area.
Real
But he got a 50-50 shot. I go with the offense. Here's Bruce Hardy. Wearing some new boots tonight. Look like they hurt him.
4th and goal. Kaleo under rush. Has to get rid of it. Touchdown! Barber the catch in the back of the end zone.
There's the missing link, folks. Terrence Barber. Kind of had pulled a Casper the Ghost on us. Been looking for him. Enters the game with 7 scores, 47 catches. Bruce Hardy's thinking, how in the dickens do we let this happen? Well, it happens, Coach, because the quarterback gets out of the pocket. They flood triple receiver side, and guys start skating down the end zone line. 2 receivers there. There ought to be at least 1 defender there. There's not, and there's the result of the score. Stampede rolling.
And St. Louis has the extra point. With 3:45 to go, the Arizona Rattlers are up against it clearly. Still plenty of time, but they got to get something going in the next series. It's a 10-point lead for the St. Louis Stampede. St. Louis Stampede won their first 5 games. They have lost their last 3, but tonight could be the night for John Kaleo. Still plenty of time left. St. Louis up by 10, 3:45 to go. Well, a hands kick, end over end. And between the uprights into the hands of Cooper off the net. Cooper is tripped up at the 7-yard line by number 7, Darrell Hammond. And coming up right after our game tonight, Sports Center with Brett Haber and Larry Beal. Randy Johnson was up to his old tricks tonight for the Seattle Mariners. They have all the baseball scores and highlights from a busy Saturday night. Recap of the U.S. Women's Golf Open at Colorado Springs. And Kerry Collins, quarterback out of Penn State, #1 draft pick of the Carolina team.
Yes, indeed, boy. He can buy hamburgers for everybody now. When you sign that kind of money, I think he's going to be a hit. I really do. He's a great kid. Like him a lot.
Well, the #1s are starting to sign his camp straw here. Mamula, Boston College, signed with the Eagles. And here is Hunky Cooper. He's already signed, and he's running. Over the 25 to the 24.
I was just about to say, signed, sealed, and about to deliver. Boy, he's a little hobbled. Boy, if Shanksnader can't bounce back, if the Hunkster's not good, take a look at explosive. Just get the ball in his hands, folks, and then watch him go. You see, you got his pals downfield chipping away. There's big Richard Ashdown trying to help out.
So the ball just over midfield. Cooper tonight, 8 receptions, about a 10-yard average. Only, and I say only, 1 TD because we're used to seeing him get more than that.
He's a loaded gun. Just a matter of time.
Bonner going for the end zone and turning around with Duncan. He's looking for the flag, and he gets it, and he gets it late. A very late flag.
Yeah, but you know what? There was contact. You got to call it straight. Collins, you know, when you got a little cushion like that, sometimes you're just better off backing up. I don't know if that ball gets there in time. There was some confusion on it. But this is Mike Collins' first game off injured reserve, and he's been everywhere for him.
Number 32 on the defense. Automatic first down.
3-yard penalty, first and 10 at the 21.
A 3-yard penalty. Actually, that's not that much of a risk to take. Is it?
No. At this point, you know, if you think you're going to give up a score, I'd do it.
Yep.
But I think in retrospect, they went into a matchup, went to zone that time. Been playing a lot of man-to-man, went to some zone, and they ought to be really happy.
Well, the clock a factor, Rick. We're down to 2:03 and counting. And the play clock also a factor. 2 seconds, you better hurry. And because of the hurry, here comes the flag. The snap was fumbled. I believe the fumble recovery by St. Louis is going to be negated by delay of game.
Yeah, but see the Hunkster. He got banged up a little bit. Yeah, Hunky Cooper's not looking good at all. May have turned the ankle on this. Watch inside receiver. See, Hunky comes out, tries to plant. Now, that's like it popped. Sometimes your ankle, you're on the verge of a sprain, and I sure hope it's just ankle and not Achilles.
Well, Cooper walking off under his own power.
Shanksnader injured in the prior series.
Well, the ball is marched back to the 24-yard line, and we're approaching the final minute of play in this one. St. Louis up by 10. Arizona's got to get busy right now. Henry Milton comes in for Cooper. Going to the end zone, and going up is Collins. On the coverage again, the pass intended for Herb Duncan.
Yeah, went to Duncan, and I still prevent to Duncan is there. Ball needs to be outside shoulder, down the pipe, and they've got a chance.
Remember, that's an incomplete pass, but the clock keeps rolling. 1:20 to count.
It all goes back to, again, just lack of reps. I think Cedric has played a fine game. With the little things like that on the deep ball, he'll have that. In Arizona, I mean, it's a dogfight. Dogfight in a couple of conferences. You look at the Central, and now in the Western, good fight. Good for arena football.
And the snap came after the clock counted down to 1 minute. So the 1 minute warning will be given to both coaches. And the St. Louis Stampede, even in the wacky, wonderful world of arena football, they're in the driver's seat here. They're up by 10 with only a minute to play.
You think of Memphis, the Pharaohs, and the Iowa Barnstormers, now the Stampede making a move forward. I mean, when you talk about parity, folks, you have it.
Well, if you're thinking about the playoffs, they're only a few weeks away. And, of course, who gets into the playoffs? Well, the 4 division winners are in. And then from there, in each conference, they go with the next 4 teams with the best overall record. Or actually, the entire league, the next 4 teams with the best overall record. The teams are seeded 1 through 8 based on overall record. Higher seed is always at home. And the 9th Arena Bowl will be played at the home field of the higher seed.
And that's what I think is great. The folks down in Tampa Bay that'll be licking their chops because the Storm playing good football. You can never count out the Predators out. I think Albany's a team you must give great consideration to. Charlotte Rage, I mean Memphis, you know, the Albany, as I mentioned, and SaberCats, that's a lot.
And Bonner fumbles the snap again, does pick it up, and he is brought down. Hodge got him at the 20. And that used up 5 precious seconds. Arizona's only got 2 timeouts left. No, make it 1.
Make it 1. It's not control of the snap count.
And with 55 seconds left in our arena football game tonight, the St. Louis Stampede looks to be in control. 56-46. And Arizona pull one out of the hat here on their home field. We'll be back in a moment. St. Louis Stampede lead the Arizona Rattlers by 10. A mere 55 seconds left as soon as we're done here tonight in Phoenix. Sports Center coming your way with Brent Haber and Larry Beal. All the baseball scores and highlights. Randy Johnson racking up a number of those Ks on the board tonight for the Seattle Mariners. 16 strikeouts. I'll tell you, used to pitch.
But I wouldn't want to be up at the plate
were you
with Johnson throwing.
Were you as frightening for a batter as he is?
I'm sure in Little League I scared a few kids.
With your delivery or your control?
With my size.
Oh, okay. Bonner going to the sideline. Cedric Tillman has it. And is he knocked out or not? The clock's still rolling.
Yeah, see, and they're walking around. They need to be bouncing in the huddle. You need to get Duncan. I'd go for that end zone, and I'd stay with Duncan. No one has really covered him successfully.
Timeouts left. Arizona only has 1. 30 seconds left in the game. 4th down and 11. Bonner going to look to go to the end zone here. He has his man open, but doesn't get it to him. And that'll do it. St. Louis Stampede going to win this one up by 10. Have the ball with 24 seconds left.
Well, give the credit to that defensive line on that. Steve Hodge, we talked about this young man out of Colorado State, the old Ram, and provided some pressure. St. Louis, look at Earl. Boy, they dig themselves out of a tough situation.
And the defending champion Rattlers now fall to 5-4. And they have 1 home game left and finish up with Vegas and San Jose on the road.
Yeah, that game on that Sunday night with San Jose at the Shark Tank. It's going to be rough. Todd Shell and company, you know they're loving life.
Kaleo hands off to Hammond, big hole, and Darrell Hammond just hangs on. And that could be the last play of the game.
And you make no excuses about this. Tonight, better football team won the game. Took it to them. They took it to them.
Yeah,
no panic for the Rattlers,
nope.
But you got to be concerned.
Well, Arizona they didn't lead at all in the first half. They came back to take the lead twice in the second half. St. Louis could have folded. The crowd was really into it. Building was rocking. They held their composure tonight, and they haven't made the crucial mistakes down low.
Hell serve each and every time. Yeah. And when a team plays that well on the road, you have to give them the nod.
Well, the standings updated after this game. In the American Conference Central Division, it's now Memphis, Iowa, and St. Louis in a 3-way tie.
Love it.
Unbelievable. And meanwhile, in the Western, it's San Jose SaberCats up by a full game on Arizona. Arizona hosting Miami next week. You figure they will probably win that one. But then they're on the road at Vegas, at San Jose.
Boy, I tell you what, expansion team's doing well. That final game that Sunday out at the Shark Tank. Next week, we'll be at the Shark Tank, and I'm looking forward to it.
St. Louis, with their 6th win, a record for an expansion team in Arena Football League history. No expansion team ever has won more than 5 in a year and finished at 500 or better. But St. Louis has accomplished that fact tonight. 1 second as a clock is stopped with 1 second left. Now they run it. The board still shows 1 second. The referee's saying go, and it's done. The final score from America West Arena. The St. Louis Stampede 56. The Arizona Rattlers 46. Tonight's Arena Football League game has been produced by ESPN in association with High Bar Productions. For Rick Walker, I'm Tom Mees. Hope you enjoy the action. Good night from America West Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Reminder, coming up next, Sports Center. Your hosts will be Brett Haber and Larry Beal. The baseball scores and highlights, U.S. Women's Open coverage in golf, and much, much more. The Stampede run out of town with a victory. Good night from Phoenix.